People have different strengths and weaknesses. What do you try and do?
I try to focus as hard as I can, just get a good kick.
What strokes in particular do you really emphasize?
Like butterfly and backstroke.
Seeing you pay off today. Congrats, Ellie. Good luck on the relay.
Thank you.
All right, this is event 34, the boys 10 and under, 100 IM. Your mean record was set last year by Wells Cloud from James Island in a time of 109.77. In this heat one, we have William Ibsen in lane 2 from Shyamalan, Nathan Lindsay from the Somerville Y in 3, and Raiden Nguyen from the Somerville Y in 4. Wait. I believe someone's in the
So this is our final individual event of the day, 10 and under boys, 100 IM. After this, we'll go back to those freestyle relays.
Those names may have been wrong that I listed off. There's a little bit of some kids being in the wrong place. I believe whoever's swimming right here, I got his name wrong.
It's just a little mix-up behind the blocks, James. It looks like the officials are working it out right now. They're going to get Raiden Nguyen into another heat. Looks like there was a little miscommunication. It happens. It happens in new sports.
Absolutely. That was an Ashboro swimmer in winning that heat. Not sure if it's Braden Kelly or Carter Gladys, but strong time for him.
If you're watching from home and you are cheering for your Somerville Y team, Raiden Nguyen, the officials are working on getting him into a heat, so stay tuned.
All right. Yeah, so there was just a little bit of a misunderstanding, but I think they're going to still make sure all the swimmers get a chance to race and all their times will get counted properly, even though they missed the right time, which is fine.
As a swimmer many eons ago, I don't know if I ever swam in the wrong lane, but I did have someone think I was someone different. I remember swimming at the ultra swim meet, and I got out, and some young swimmers asked for my autograph. And when I signed Tara Riggs, they looked at me very disappointingly. They thought I was Summer Sanders. So I'll take that any day. But yes, she was obviously much faster.
All right, getting ready here with Heat 2 in the boys 10 and under IM. In lane 2, we'll have Angus Harley from Newington. In 3, Andrew Schwartzberg from Crowfield. In 4, Christian Goodrich from Long Point. In 5, Grady Livingston from Crowfield. And in 6, was supposed to be in Heat 1, but they got him a shot to swim here. It's Raiden Nguyen from the Somerville Y.
All right, behind the blocks here in the ready room with our 9-10 boys for 100 IM. It is one lap of each stroke. Hoping to talk to some different swimmers. Let's get someone from Northbridge. What is your name?
Stephen Moody.
Ah, Stephen Moody. What is your favorite stroke in this event?
My favorite strokes are freestyle and breaststroke.
So you like the back half of this race. All right, good luck today, Stephen. All right, great job. Still looking around. Swimmers are preparing, shaking out some legs, focusing on how they're going to race this. Let's get one more swimmer here. If I can talk to you, sir. What is your first name and last name?
Landon Berghoff.
And where do you swim?
Legend Oaks.
Legend Oaks. Okay, what is your favorite stroke in the IM?
Backstroke.
Backstroke. Okay, so even though the sun is out, he does not mind that. Hoping to make a strong move in the second lap. Good luck today. Looking at our breaststrokers now, some of them finishing up. Got to make sure to touch with those 2 hands before they head off for freestyle.
Speaking of which, I think we actually might have seen a little disqualification on the turn. Not sure which lane, but they pushed off on their back for breaststroke, which is a no-no.
Sometimes it gets confusing. Backstroke, you're on your back. You go to start the next one, and I will say that most swimmers are often in practice. Sometimes you forget, and then it comes race day as well. A lot of nerves surrounding this race, too.
Andrew Schwartzberg taking the win there in that heat from Crowfield. That's why you definitely want to make sure you're having your kids always practice the good habits every single time. Even if they may know how to do it right, but if they do it sloppily and they come to city meet, those bad habits can manifest themselves.
Yeah, I always talk about it when I'm wearing my coaching hat, that it's not a habit until the swimmer performs it under pressure. So if you're at practice and there's really no pressure and they're able to do something and then they get to a meet and they don't quite have it, it means it's not a habit yet.
This is heat 2 of your boys 100 IM. Oh, heat 3, sorry. We have Carson Holt from Pine Forest in lane 1, William Weston from Hobcaw in lane 2, Landon Berghoff from Legend Oaks in 3, Hayes Marchant from Park Shore in 4, Parker Thomas from the Country Club of Charleston in 5, and Seabrook Green from Shadow Moss in lane 6. So Seabrook Green's an 8-year-old swimming up with the IM. That's quite impressive considering he does mostly 25s in his races.
And in lane 3, Landon Berghoff talked to him before his race, said he liked the backstroke leg, and he did very well. Got a good lead. Landon Berghoff, Legend Oaks, right behind him. Hayes Marchant, lane 4. David and I talked about lead changes often in the IM. Let's see how these breaststrokers do.
Yeah, I feel like breaststroke's definitely where you'll probably see the most movement in an IM race, simply because a lot of people are fatigued at that point. And as I mentioned, I believe yesterday, breaststroke's always a make or break stroke for a lot of kids. A lot of kids you'll find it's either their favorite stroke or their least favorite stroke. There are some in between, like myself, but those are a little rare.
You're a rare breed, James. You're very unique. Coming in first in heat 3 is Landon Berghoff with Legend Oaks. Nice job, Landon. Coming in second, lane 5 from Country Club, Parker Thomas. And third is going to be Hayes Marchant from Park Shore.
And Landon knocking 9 seconds off his seat time with a big win here in heat 3. We'll see how that holds up as we move through the rest of these heats. All right, here comes heat 4 of this boys 100 IM. In lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, Cameron Blessinger from Hobcaw Yacht Club. In 2 from Dunes West, Oliver Todd and his teammate in lane 3, George Richmond, Dunes West. In 4, Carter Gladys from Ashboro. In 5, Graham Winterfield, another 8-year-old in this event from the Country Club of Charleston. And in 6, Langdon Craig from Shadow Moss.
Right now, lane 2 looking really strong, Oliver Todd. Also, another key is, I know as a coach, when I'm practicing or training IM, I talk about backstroke is a stroke that follows butterfly, not the stroke to rest. A lot of kids put a lot of energy into that butterfly. Backstroke can be seen as an easy or relaxing stroke, so they tend to slow down their hand tempo. As a coach, you want to teach your swimmers to charge hard through that butterfly and very quickly get up and go fast hands on backstroke.
So you see a little more of that at these younger levels. As we see the older kids tomorrow, we'll probably be seeing most of them essentially sprinting the whole way in 100. For these younger ones, it's a little bit more of a distance race. And we have another tight race here. Lanes 2 through 5 look pretty strong. I think it's going to be lane 5.
8-year-old Graham Winterfield from Country Club coming in first. Unofficial time 1:30.57. 6-second drop there for Graham, an 8-year-old. Good job, heat 4. We have 3 more heats in this 100 IM.
Here comes heat 5. In lane 1 from Ashboro, Braden Kelly. In lane 2 from Daniel Island, Connor Good. In lane 3 from Legend Oaks, Carson Good, no relation, I believe. In lane 4, Stephen Moody, younger brother of Zachary, who we'll see tomorrow from Northbridge Terrace. In lane 5, Sully Hardy from Newington. And in 6, Luca Duncan from the Pine Forest Porpoises.
100 yards, individual method. Take your mark.
So today, viewers at home, we've changed our position to kind of chase the shade. We're over by the starter side. Something I've noticed over here more today is the swimmers are looking a lot at the starter, right? That's a hard habit to break with these young, so they're looking. You'll notice with the older swimmers, if you're watching an elite event on TV, these swimmers are up and they're already knees bent, getting in their ready position. They are not looking at the starter. They are listening for the starter. That takes years of practice.
Right. It's hard to kind of shut out the other things and just... But, yep, it's definitely an advantage. I always like to be in my own little zone before races, not really trying to look around too much at anything.
You all may at home watching recall Michael Phelps get on the block, arm swinging motion. I think, what is it, 3 taps front to back?
Yep. Everybody's got their own little ritual. I would always swing my arms.
Stephen Moody from Northbridge Terrace, talked to him earlier, lane 4. He said breaststroke and freestyle are his favorite strokes, and he has a strong lead going into the last lap in his favorite stroke, freestyle.
That's got to feel good if you're just hitting your best strokes and you're already in the lead. It is Moody here holding on to the lead, but the other swimmers are coming on strong here. Looks like Moody's going to hold on, but followed by, I believe that's
Good and
Connor
Daniel
Good,
Island in lane 2.
and then Carson Good in 3rd from Legend Oaks. Another goggle mishap in 5.
Nice move, fellas. Keep 6, step up.
Here comes heat 6, your second to last heat. In lane 1, Parker Hamilton from James Island. In 2, Garrett Blankenship saw him win the backstroke earlier from Snew Farm. In 3, Matthew Galpin from Fort Johnson. In 4, Sean Gruber from Northbridge Terrace. In 5, Zane Ransford from Chamalon. And in lane 6, Harrison Carter from Park Shore.
This heat finishing up their butterfly going into backstroke. The swimmer in lane 4, Northbridge, did a really good job keeping his head in his own lane, brought his knees up to his face. Lane 2, Snee Farm swimmer Garrett Blankenship, James mentioned him earlier, only 9 years old, taking a strong lead in that backstroke. Northbridge Terrace hanging on right there as we're almost halfway. Let's see how they do on their back to breast transitions. Okay, most swimmers getting that underwater pull-out in.
Yep.
Sometimes you run out of air, just got to get up and go.
See all these 9-10s doing the conventional touch on your back and just move over to your stomach, much like a normal turn. Tomorrow in the older 13 and ups, we may see some crossover turns and maybe some bucket turns, and we can discuss those when we get there.
All right, here we go, coming down last length. Really want to go to your legs here at the end of the race. Want a big, strong kick behind you. Snee Farm swimmer doing a good job. Northbridge Terrace holding on. Lane 1, James Island swimmer Parker Hamilton. Going to try to nudge out Northbridge Terrace for a second. I don't know if he'll get it.
That is Blankenship, followed by Gruber, followed by Parker Hamilton in that heat. With one more to go. Here's our 7th and final heat of the boys 9-10 IM, our last individual race of the day. In lane 1, Fletch Thurman from Long Point. In lane 2, Bryce May from Daniel Island. In 3, Sullivan Freesh, your top qualifier from Snee Farm. In 4, Tyler Nelson. We saw them race earlier in the butterfly from Coosaw Creek. In 5, Caleb Bekvinovsky, James Island. In lane 6, Ivan Wilson from Coosaw. I'm very sorry to Caleb if I butchered your name. I'm doing my best.
You're doing a nice job, James. All right, here we go. On the backstroke here, Sullivan Freese out in the lead. Lane 1 from Long Point, Fletch Thurman. Right next to him, Bryce May from Daniel Island.
And Freese is building a big lead here. Out in a 31-second 50. He's going to try and put a scare into Wells Cloud's record from last year. 109.77 is that record. We'll see how that stacks up here at the end.
Tyler Nelson from Coosaw Creek tried a bucket turn there from bat to breast. He is currently in second place, trying to run down Sullivan. I don't know if it'll happen, but he's got a nice breaststroke there.
Race for third is anybody's at the moment. We got Thurman up in 1, Bryce May and Caleb Bekvanovsky all fighting for that third place spot. And Sullivan Freese is coming on strong here. And didn't quite get that time. We'll see if he broke the record or not.
About a 1:10 unofficial time,
110,
James.
110. Looks like it won't quite make the record, but it is another easy win for Sullivan Freese here in this 100 IM.
Looked like Sully was just off that record from Wells last year.
All right, we apologize for